And we are live. Welcome back, everyone, to Isyour6 Covered. Appreciate you showing up. Got a few little things we got to set up here, and we'll get started. And then, man, I look red from today. Setting up some stages for the Big Ivy. It's going to be their first PRS. It's a sanctioned event, so you'll get points. And that'll be on August 21st in Burnsville, North Carolina. So if you guys are in Tennessee, if you're in Georgia, heck, if you're in Florida, I think I got a buddy coming down. I think Dick might show up for that. Dick Hedges. And maybe we can get a few more people from down south. We'll see what happens. But today was a day of getting, there's Ben Blevins, Mr. Ben Blevins. If you guys didn't know, Kentucky Precision right there puts on an amazing match. Last weekend we shot the Sweaty Yeti, and that trophy right there is a Machete Yeti trophy, and their Sweaty Yeti one's really cool that they put away. We just got done. Unfortunately, I didn't win one. I had we'll get into that as well. Shooting the match at the Sweaty Yeti was a freaking awesome match. So, Ben, I appreciate you doing that. We got Big Country from Florida. What's going on, Big Country? He came down for the Sweaty Yeti as well. We got Miss Abigail. Welcome to the show. John Rollins. Rollins. And we got Mr. Tim Rink. 80 Baja. Brian Duchesne. I know that I have not been doing lives every day like I was there for a while, or every couple of days. I got a lot of stuff going on. I'm trying to build, I'm growing a goatee, so that takes a lot of energy trying to grow a goatee. I cannot believe how red my face is. Wore a hat all day. Wore the sun blockers. These things are actually pretty damn amazing, especially if you're going to be out in the sun all day. It does have a hood. This one is from the PRS Rimfire finale. So that's cool. Let's go back out here. We got George Wilson, Wombats out there. Mr. John Kreiderman, you better get your ass signed up for that match. Mr. John Kreiderman. Drew Bradley's in the house. And Mr. Les Papa's Place. Let's see if this thing will automatically keep going, scrolling down, hopefully. Damn, I am one ugly red son of a gun today. If you guys didn't know, I'm wearing a Vortex hat. I tell you what, still love the Vortex. I'll have for a long time. But the reason why I'm bringing them up is they've been a huge supporter of all matches. Pretty much anywhere you go in the country, you're going to see something Vortex on the table of some sort. So we did get some hats, some Vortex hats for the prize table. We didn't really hit anybody up. Different sponsors, but we did get some hats and really cool Vortex hats. They're similar to this one, except they're black. This one is a gray. So it's got a leather patch on it. But yeah, huge shout out to all the people that sponsor. A lot of these companies, I wouldn't say it's a waste of money, but I wouldn't say that their return of money goes, so these companies that are spending lots and lots of money. What's up, Mr. El Gato Grande? I got to hang out with him and SoCal. He's actually in San Diego right now in his new motorhome, him and his wife. So have fun in San Diego. Mr. Jeffries out there says I'm going to try to get in on the next Yeti. Yeah, the next Yeti is it's going to be the Sweaty Yeti or the Machete Yeti because it'll be in October, and that one is going to go live in a week. So a lot of these matches, as more people learn about them, like Ben Blevins' match called the Machete Yeti, the Sweaty Yeti, depending on what part of the year it is. They get really popular and they fill up really fast. So if you're interested in one of those, it's going to go live soon. I think it's in a week. So make sure you check that out. Look on Facebook, Practice Score, and that should be going live to sign up. I think in a week. Actually, he's out there right now. So there he is, October 15th on the Machete. So that's when you can sign in. It's going to fill up like really fast. So if if you're in the area and you want to shoot that match because it's freaking awesome. And so is the one that X-Ring and myself are doing. We're helping out Big Ivy. Big Ivy is a gun company that's they got quite a few stores, and they have an awesome selection of stuff at the stores. But they also have a freaking amazing range that if you're not familiar with and never shot centerfire or rimfire, there is top notch. And we are lucky enough to help them out and get a PRS sanctioned 22 rimfire match together. One of the things that's going to hurt us a little bit is we're going to have to shoot this match on Sunday. So we're going to get a little less people showing up. And that's one of many reasons why I'm on here tonight, is to promote the August 21st match in Burnsville, North Kakalaki, or Carolina, to try to get some people there. We already got, we got some people signed up, but I'd really like to see it fill up. The stages are going to be freaking amazing. And yeah, Chris, this is for you, buddy. So El Gato Grande and myself, he just retired last month from the fire service. So congratulations, El Gato. I don't even think it's been a month. It's been like 3 weeks, 2 weeks. And I retired from the fire service, but we weren't ever allowed to really grow anything on our face. And I'm just having a little bit of fun with it. So this thing's not going to stick around for a while. We'll see. We'll see how far it gets. It's already driving me batshit crazy. So probably end up shaving it off pretty soon. But congratulations, Chris, on all them years of fighting fire and saving lives, buddy. We got Mr. Todd Elfster, better known as EP Integrations, out there. And go check out his stuff. He sells some really cool annealers. He sells some awesome. Actually, I got them right there. I've been reloading. I'm going to show you guys these things because they're badass. Because you guys know when I say something, I actually mean it. So these are actually EP Integrations. I am not going to tilt this so you guys can see it, but these are badass. They lock in, and they go up to like 338 LePou or something. They're billet aluminum, and they're great for reloading. Got a nice big heavy base on them. Really cool. Chris Birch, what the hell? He does. So Chris Birch is the guy that took my spot as Battalion 3, and he's a great brother of mine. Just don't tell him I said so. But yeah, we got a couple fire guys out there right now. And welcome to the show, Mr. Chris Birch. He did. Let's see here. So today's been a lot of fun. We got Tyler Orth out there. What's going on? Mr. Tyler Orth is a shooting fool. Let's see here. Where's the match at? Tempe. It is in North Carolina. It's in Burnsville. And if you're anywhere close, sign up and shoot with us. It's going to be a lot of fun. We got 3 squads. We'll see how many sign up. And then it should be a lot of fun because if you sign up on squad 1, I'll be your RO. If you sign up on squad 2, you will be hanging out with Mr. Raymundo. And if you sign up on squad 3, if we end up filling squad 3, hopefully you guys will help my birthday brother. You will be with Matt P. You guys have seen Mr. Matt P on the channel quite a bit. I'm signed up on your squad. Tempe! Love it, buddy. Can't wait to shoot with you. So a lot of things go into this whole building the match kind of thing and helping out Big Ivy. And a lot of things are just coming up with stages. So we actually came up with 9 stages. Most of the places you go to are either 10. Sometimes you see, anywhere from like 7 to 10, usually 10. If you get a little bit crazy or if you're going to nationals, you're looking at 20, but that's 2 days. John Kreideman, you will be going to a match on August 21st on Sunday. I don't want to hear my grandson's playing baseball, all that stuff. You've been using that excuse for like 10 years. What's up, CJ Johnson? Let's see here. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. See, Tyler Orth likes his EP blocks. JC 21st. Gotcha. Actually, I don't got you, Chris. What the hell are you talking about? Okay, so we got 9 stages, and we are going to basically what we tried to do is we're broken into 3 groups. You got easy, medium, and hard, and then you have short, medium, and long range. So we tried to make everything a little bit of all that. So it's kind of nice. You got new shooters that are showing up. I think, and I could be totally wrong here, and definitely help me out if I'm wrong, because it definitely wouldn't be the first time. Ask Chris Birch. Tim P., is this your first match? I couldn't remember. I thought you had said that, but I wasn't sure if it was somebody else. What kind of external weights is everyone using on their rifles? A lot of people, depending on the chassis, will depend on the exterior weights that you use. I've gotten rid of all my external weights. Okay, so it is Tim P's first match, so that's awesome. And the reason why I did that was not only the rifle's heavy enough. It's 17 pounds. A lot of people are running 22, 25. It depends on how much weight they think is going to balance their rifle. A lot of times if they're running a really thin barrel, they got to run a lot of weight up front to balance it out, to get it to sit flat. A lot of times, especially like that chassis right there, that's a Matrix chassis by MPA, Masterpiece Arms, which is, I love Masterpiece Arms. And they've actually lightened this one up, but they have not done it enough. Hopefully, you know who you are is watching, that basically designed all these MPA chassis. And I gave him a bunch of shit about that and said, man, I really wish you would cut a bunch of weight out of there. And they trimmed it down a little bit, but I still see people running weights up front in order to get it balanced. So I wish they would, one, make it so it's, you pop it off and you put one made of a different material, or it's super cut out where it's very lightweight so it'll actually balance. But anyways, that's their job of figuring that out, not mine. And CJ Johnson says it's M-lock. Yeah, a lot of them, depending on what chassis you're running, you can put external weights with M-lock, and you'll be able to put some weight out front. I will tell you that rifle there with a Voodoo 360 in it, just a regular V360, I needed to add 4.5 pounds to the front of this to balance it out, just to get it to balance. And I was like, no. So I went to the MPA hybrid, and I've been shooting a lot of the hybrids lately. My next rifle coming in, hopefully in a couple weeks. Mr. Eagle Eyes out there somewhere. He is the one building that rifle. It's actually built right now. It's getting coated, so it's going to be all fancy dancy and stuff. So it'll look good, but the shooter behind it will still suck. But it'll be a good looking rifle when it's done. But the balance is key. So running a fat barrel, whether it's a 125, 120, depending on what chassis you're running, you still probably have to run some internal or external weights. Let's see. Let's catch up here. I just got in the new ACC Elite. The magwell adjustment is a big game changer to tighten mag slot. Perfect choice for Voodoos. Oh, that's good to know. I have not shot the new ACC Elite. I'm more of an MPA fan than I am an MDT fan. I have MDTs. Actually, I don't anymore. I sent it off to Australia. I forgot. Ben B's got it, I believe. He's got Skittles, so I don't have any more MDT chassis. The ESR with the ultralight buttstock is money for 22 LR rifles. Takes 12 ounces off the back. Good to know, Tyler. Good to know. KK's out there. Long time no speak. Yeah, it's been a while. I kind of got burnt out. I don't know. I think I told you guys on a chat before this. It's work. It's work to go shoot matches. I've been doing a lot less recording of matches footage. Just trying to shoot better. It hasn't been helping lately. I need to get back to practicing every day. But when you're trying to run a camera, you know, on some type of, like right here is a great example. So this thing right here is actually a camera mount that you would see like on my tripod when I'm shooting a match. It's a pain in the ass to try to record, try to shoot well. You know, it's just extra things that you got to run through your head, and then you have a screw up on the stage. So Saturday. Oh, by the way, I'm still on it, ladies and gents. I am still drinking slightly sweet tea. So those of you that don't know, because I haven't been on here very often, I'm actually trying to lose some weight via just sugar content through these damn things. So I'm still drinking a lot of tea, and I know that a lot of calories are in the normal sweet tea. So I'm cutting my sweet tea intake by half, basically calorie-wise. Oh, I got a little Asian running around my house. I can hear him. So that'll help just, you know, help me get in shape like Tyler Orth over here. But we'll have some fun. I hear the little monkey upstairs on his way down. What's up, Mr. Conservative Sniper Hunter? How you doing, buddy? Let's see. How's the Sprinter rock and roll van doing for you now that you have really put it? I tell you what, Drew and everybody else. So I've been Sprinter vanning for the last 3 months, and it has been freaking amazing. I've been able to spend the night at the match the night before. I'm not waking up super early to get, you know, the drive time to get to the match by, you know, whenever it starts, 7 or whatever. So I'm saving some good sleep in there, and I'm freaking loving it. The best part is, this is my most favorite part, is right after the match, I jump in, take a quick shower, and I'm freaking super clean, smelling good, feeling good.
A shower yet? You nasty.
I haven't taken a shower today because I didn't have time after we ate dinner. And then if you guys don't know who this guy is, I got him with the camera. And there's old Ray Mundo.
I wore your picture. I wore your picture. Just because.
Hashtag still a Ray.
That's right.
All right. So we got Sprinter van, badass. Love the thing. I already got 5,800 miles on it or something. And I just found another right after Gap Grind, the week after Gap Grind. There's a match in Tennessee. It's called something rodeo.
You trying to cut me out of the picture? There you go. Now people can see.
That's better.
Mm-hmm. I didn't want to look at your scruffy chin. You lost your razor.
I did lose my razor. So it's been I'm going to go shoot that match. I just saw that today on Facebook. So I'm going to sign up and shoot that match. I've been wanting to win a belt buckle. Belt buckles are the prizes. $100 a stage.
Oh, you talking about that big money stage?
No, this is a different.
$100 a stage.
This is a different one. The other one, that's a $600 bucks.
$1,000.
$1,000 total, and then 10%. Whoever wins.
Shoot a match.
No, this is a different one. I don't know what entry fees. It's called. I'll show you guys. It is on 10/8/22. See, I'm promoting other matches because that's what I do. That one right there is pretty badass. Rodeo Roundup. That's in Tennessee. And let me zoom in because my blind ass can't see.
What's up,
Mount Pleasant.
KK.
Better known as KK. Right?
$1,000 payout on every stage.
What's no, $100 on each stage.
What did I say?
It's 10 stages. It's $1,000. Signature belt buckle. Hold on.
No,
signature belt buckles to division.
I don't care about that. What is that $1,000?
$1,000. Every stage pays $100 to the winner, and then 10% payout of all entries to the overall match champion.
And how much does it cost?
I don't know yet, Dick. You're just gonna have to wait until I pull it up the practice score. See what I got to deal with all day long. What happened to you?
He has half the information always.
That's all you need.
Half.
Shut up. All right. So how was your day today?
I don't know. I spent it with you, so I'm trying to get over that.
See? All right. So we were talking about the name of the game today is setting up for the Big Ivy 22 PRS match.
The R squared Rimfire Revenge.
That is what it would be called on Practice Score. R². If you type in R² on Practice Score under matches, it'll come up.
Yeah, it's going to be a great match. The venue is unbelievable. It's just really nice.
That's what I was telling him.
You're going to be shooting uphill quite a bit. What's up, Drew Bradley?
Yes.
Love the smart car.
You should.
It's going to be a good match. We put a lot of thought into how the stages are going to be run. And so we had TJ with big Ivy guns out there today. We were giving our input on what we think the stages should look like.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's going to be really good.
Yeah, we wrote down all the distances and they set up some pretty awesome stuff. So
John says it's like an old married couple.
How you doing, Stephen W? Appreciate you showing up. And James F's out there. All right.
So, Drew, about the smart car, and I know no one else wants to hear about the electric thing, but before I get into it, remember, I did not buy an electric car to be green. I could give a crap about that. I just got tired of buying gas.
I almost said never mind.
Because what?
I don't want to be a racist.
Because I'm Asian. Is that what you're going to say?
Yeah, I might.
But it has probably been the most fun vehicle I've ever owned in my life. Yesterday, Ricky and I, we went to the casino again, goofing off, and we wanted to see. I wanted to see how far I could push it.
It was bad.
Like we got to the point where I had range dash.
Yeah.
But I said, if I don't call you in 15 minutes, that means I broke down on the side of the road. But it was actually cool. I haven't. Fuel costs. Sometimes I just drive to drive because it doesn't cost.
It doesn't cost anything.
Yeah, it's actually cool.
It's pretty dang amazing. So Travis Schmitter, if you guys don't know Travis Schmitter, he's the one that makes these really cool Machete Yeti trophies and the Sweaty Yeti and all the other ones. Actually, he makes those ones as well. He made those ones as well. But what we did was at the Sweaty Yeti, I bought a bunch of targets for this match, so that it's kind of neat. So like hand grenades, Pac-Man, poop, the emoji of poop
emojis. We have Diet Coke bottles.
Diet Coke bottles.
Steel.
Yep. And we got X-ring targets. We got sixes. We got, what was the other one? Pac-Mans we talked about.
We got ducks.
Oh, ducks. Yeah, we got all sorts of cool stuff. So what's really nice about it, some matches that you go to, especially if you're going all over the place, it's hard to keep track of what targets are what. Especially if they got them all scrunched together. One of the things that's nice about this match that we're helping Big Ivy put on is one squad will have 3 stages over there, and then which won't impact squad 2 or squad 3. They'll have their own little section, and then after you're done completing those 3, then you'll move over to the next one. So it's really nice. You don't have to worry about much. But if you're shooting Pac-Mans and Ghosts, you know that you're on the right targets.
Blinky.
Yeah, that's right. Blinky. So if you're shooting Blinkies all the way out and then you shoot a Pac-Man, you know you're on the right targets. If you're shooting hand grenades, you know it's hand grenades. It's not like, oh, it's this round one. No, not that round one, but it's that round one. So it's pretty cool.
Makes it really easy.
Yeah, it makes it simple. So,
what's up, Gamaliel? Can't wait till Snipers Unknown this year.
Yeah, buddy. Can't wait to go shoot some stuff.
And Drew Bradley, I read your comment there, and yes, they are extremely fast. As a matter of fact, a couple days ago, I just picked up a Model X Plaid for a friend, and it is ungodly fast. I will tell you,
except
I do not like the yoke steering wheel
this
whatsoever. So for somebody that comes from a racing background,
come on, Elon Musk.
When you're used to, just guys, think about it. If you've been driving 30, 40 years, whatever,
hell, 5 years even,
and you go to just put your hand on top of the steering wheel and it's not
there.
There.
Is one, yeah.
And then the other thing is turn signals. There's no stalks anywhere. So when you want to turn on your left or right blinker, there's an arrow stalks you have to press on the steering wheel. The horn is a push button. It's not the center pad.
And it's not even in where it should be.
Yeah, so that's going to be my biggest negative on the Model X Plaid, or the Model X Plaid. Unbelievably fast. It has the Falcon Wing doors. But
see the news. Really I don't know. We've been gone all day. Did something happen?
Yeah, I don't know about the news because we have not had cell phone service.
No, we were out in the middle of the sticks. Put some in there, or tizzle. Let us know at least what's going on. Should I be putting on some?
Conservative Sniper Hunter says you look nice and tan. You won't be able to keep the babes off. We need more than a tan. What?
Yeah. Yeah, that ain't working out so well. Let's see. It's like driving the Starship Enterprise. There you go, Eagle Eye. Definitely.
Matter of fact, Eagle Eye, I think he got to ride in mine, maybe. I don't know. Was he here? Yeah, he did.
Probably.
Yeah, I think I took him for a ride in it, and it's very, very fast.
It's a cool little car. It's ugly as hell, but it's cool.
You know, one of the things I do like about the BMW electric over the Tesla,
yeah, it's got a motor,
is that there's actual buttons. You know, like if we want the air conditioner or whatever, you have buttons there.
We ain't talking about cars right now.
Or the Tesla doesn't. Well, people are asking. I'm addressing it. Dick?
I just want to talk shit.
What's up,
What's
Levi?
up? There he is, Mr. Levi Cummins.
How many people on
he
here?
put a
41.
He put a whooping on old Matt P the other day.
Oh, I've got some good news.
What you got?
You guys might want to hear this.
Geez.
It's a small group. I am now officially part of Team MPA. So I'll be shooting the MPA rifles and pistols. Just signed on with them a couple days ago, and it is official. So, you know,
Congratulations.
I appreciate it, Dick.
Yeah. You're welcome, Dick. Levi, if you want to come on up, we got a match. We got a match that you might like. 22 Rimfire match on Sunday, August 21st. Search R2 on Practice Score, and it'll be the only one on there.
Thanks, James.
Come support if you want.
Gamble, talking about the House retards that passed infringements on liberty.
Talking about that.
Really? Yeah. On the assault weapons ban, I believe. The one that they're hoping gets pushed or shut down in the Senate, which it should have. MPA has an age requirement. You know what, Kenny? That is just wrong.
So Stephen W. is the one that let you borrow the DS9.
Oh, that is Mr. Steven. Yes.
Yeah.
So, guys, you got Stephen W. on here. I put his last name out. That was actually his pistol that I reviewed, the double stack 9. And I will tell you, and I never followed up with it, but I actually shot that pistol in the 3-gun match that Saturday. I actually won open division, and not because of the pistol. The pistol shot great.
No, it was all pistol.
But it was a good day.
If you just buy one of those pistols, you get first place every time.
I will tell you, on the pistol that I'll be shooting for MPA, it will be a DS9, but I'm going with the steel grip, and only because I don't have a weight restriction in 3-gun. So in IDPA, you have the weight and box restriction. So I don't have to adhere to that. So I went ahead and went heavier with it. And I noticed some people said it had a little bit more muzzle flip than the Atlas, and it is because it's a lot lighter pistol.
Lighter pistol.
Yeah. So no, Stephen, big thanks to that. And like I said, it was a pleasure to shoot that pistol. Had 0 malfunctions.
We got Pursuit of Accuracy in the house. What's going on, buddy? And then Levi Cummings. It is in Burnsville, like fire, Burnsville.
Josh,
North Carolina.
What did I miss for the congrats?
He's a big timer now.
No, I got picked up by MPA, so I'm sponsored by MPA for rifles and pistols. So I'm on the MPA team. I don't know when it's going to be on the site or anything else, but that's done. Thanks.
Yeah.
Super guys over there. Everyone at MPA that I've talked to, even in the past, super great with customer service or anything like that. Phil, super nice guy. I spent quite a bit of time with him on the phone. So it's pretty cool. Also have something really cool for you long range guys out there. I have an item coming in. There's no information on it yet. It is made by Oler. If you don't know, Oler really kind of leads the manufacturing industry when it comes to, I'm not going to say speed measuring equipment, but coming up with everything from ballistic coefficients and all that for the manufacturers. I have an item or a device that's coming that will allow you to do that.
You get better data.
Yeah, I'm going to have it for a while, but it's going to be pretty unique in that it'll do everything it measures your time of flight, and you get exact ballistic coefficient.
Yeah. And Gamma Mill, yes, of course we're ready for movers. We shoot movers.
Yeah, we shoot movers all the time. I'm glad to hear that, Gamma Mill.
Yeah, that's awesome. Don't freak. Oh yeah, I did that.
Rick is checking on something, so hold on for just a second. Now we're back.
All right. whatever came out of Cobalt Kinetics. He's still sponsored by Cobalt.
Yeah, so I shoot for Cobalt Kinetics. That's a gas gun. So
yeah.
that has nothing to do with MPA or the pistols. In the last 4 big matches that I've shot the Cobalt. I've had 0 malfunctions. John Kreiderman actually shot one that was new in the box. I said, here, run this for the 3-gun. 0 malfunctions. They've got their stuff together now. They make a solid rifle.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I've shot quite a few.
Yeah, Aaron and the guys over at Cobalt. I am going to go out in November and shoot the PCSL championships. And that's a 2-gun event. So, of course, I'll be shooting the MPA and the Cobalt. But that's it. Marathon is bringing the bots. Okay. We're going to have bots out there.
Like
moving bots, moving targets.
That'll be really cool.
Yeah, it won't be like on a track.
Yeah.
They can do whatever they want to do.
They'll be like, oh, yeah? Well, don't know how they couldn't sponsor you the pistol marksmanship you displayed.
I appreciate
that.
That
ain't nothing. I seen more.
Yeah, you have seen more.
I have. I lost $400 to more, actually.
Yeah, there's a video out there if you guys haven't seen it from back in the day.
Back in the day, I bet Ray $400
that I couldn't take your pistol.
Yeah, and shoot out to
300
yards
on
with
half IPSIs.
With my ammo. I didn't know I made such good ammo. Laser beam ammo. It wasn't the shooter, it was the ammo for sure.
Yeah, it's finally good to get back behind the rifle. I haven't shot rimfire in a while. And today I was just working on some practice stuff at the end of the day with a rifle that Kenneth E. had built for me. And it's the Voodoo, but it was rebarreled. It does have a tuner in there that Kenny built himself. It's not an EC tuner or anything like that. And it's pretty cool because it's got a set of dice on the top of it. It's like rolling the dice. And he laser engraved it with things that I say all the time, like, really? Or hashtag still a dick or whatever. Yeah. And those are your settings.
Instead
that thing was
like
a hammer.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Gamma talking to MPA tomorrow. Kenny
shooting
is
him
too
an email
fair.
about sponsoring tomorrow. Got it. Nice.
Kenny is too fair, and he is in Arizona. LOL. Probably too far.
Too far. Got it.
For what?
Or another way.
Or. Oh, there's a lot of ors. Is that spelled or? Drew Bradley, bringing it out. Let's see. Levi, it's just too hot to even drive 45 minutes in Arizona. Yeah, Eagle Eye has to shoot. I think his best shooting is about 1:30 in the morning to 3 o'clock because it
under
is
the headlights.
It is so damn hot out there. I still haven't figured out why anybody wants to live out there, honestly. Maybe in the wintertime, but
it's been a little warm here.
It has been, and we get a little humidity.
So what else has been going on with you?
I have been doing a lot of Sprinter van stuff, and I've been doing a lot of shooting, but not enough shooting. So those of you guys that maybe just watching the channel for the first time, whatever, you got 2 guys here that shoot not one discipline. So it makes it kind of tough because we got a few 3-gun matches coming up.
Big ones.
So we got Gap Grind, which is centerfire PRS stuff. We got, NRL and PRS Rimfire. It's ruck matches in New Mexico. Is it New Mexico this time or Wyoming?
That one's going to be in Logan, New Mexico, and I'll be shooting with Kenny on that one. And then, of course, Gamaliel.
Yeah, we got Snipers Unknown. That's freaking amazing. If you have a buddy that wants to shoot with you, maybe even if it's your first time doing a team match, go check out Snipers Unknown, better known as SUCK, Snipers Unknown Challenge. It's freaking amazing. I've done it twice. I think you've done it 3 or 4 times now. 3 times?
3 times.
3 times?
Yeah.
It is a lot of fun. Gamma Meal, is it still going to be in
it's the Clinton House.
It is for sure. Okay, so this year it's going to be at Clinton House, so it's actually closer for us to go shoot it. But just a lot of fun, and all the people that run the RO section of it are all either still active or retired, so you got to be really careful when you're videoing because, you got the badass ninjas. I just call them ninjas, but it's all your special force guys and all those kind of badasses. Those guys are the guys that are RO in your match, and it is really cool. Take care,
Chris.
That's Chris Birch is the guy that took my spot.
Gotcha. What's up, tree fella? I actually wanted to reach out to you. There have been some people from Australia that have been reaching out to me about getting those bags that I make, the Bad MFs. I have another big shipment that's getting finished up, so I might talk to you and see if maybe that'd be a way where I could ship you a couple or so, and then that way, guys that want it from down there, maybe they can just get them locally from you. So I'm not sending a bunch of small boxes out and costing them a ton.
Yeah, because the last I remember it was shut down, but that's been a while.
On shipping?
When I was trying to send them out some targets.
Got it. I also have something really cool coming out as well. Let me hear your thoughts on this, guys. So Gamaliel says, interested in those as well. I can definitely get you squared away, Gamaliel. So
yeah, you're easy.
This is something that I've been thinking about, because when we go to all these matches, usually they're going to have, if it's Rimfire, they usually have sight in from like 8 a.m. to about 8:30 or something like that. It might be 7:30 to 8 o'clock, but you get about 30 minutes for sight in. Usually there's dew all over the grass. They're going to have you in the grass. You're not going to be in some bay where you're shooting off of a bench. And one of my biggest complaints was nobody makes, and I'm not crazy tall. I'm 5'10". I'm an average guy, but every single shooting mat that I get on is too short. And it doesn't mean I'm sitting too far back. I mean, I've got my elbows where they need to be. The bipod is not on the mat. It's actually on the grass. And I was getting tired of getting wet feet, especially in the middle of summer when you're wearing shoes that, are not waterproof or Gore-Tex. So what I did was I came up with a 7-foot mat that was really lightweight. I do have 4 pieces of malleable lead in the corners, but it's waterproof. And at the very bottom of it, I've got a little barrel band. You're not supposed to put it on when your rifle's hot, whether it's centerfire or something. But what you can do is, I'm only going to sell it in a tan or a light color, like coyote. But you can put it over your barrel and then wrap your stock underneath it. It'll keep sand, dust, and rain off of it. And it's light enough just to clip it to the back of your backpack. So it's a very minimal padding, because I didn't want a lot of padding. For us guys, I actually put it low enough so that it does separate the privates down there, because when it's like 10 degrees out and you're on a mat on the ground, you'll get cold down there. Your legs will get cold and everything. So I extended that section a little bit lower.
So it gets cold there. He's a damn lizard.
I like it. I like hot weather.
What up, Joe Bender?
So I want to be able to do that and come to market with that thing, and it will be less than $100 for sure. I know that for a fact. So hopefully that'll come out here really soon.
Lightweight, packable.
Yeah, it'll pack up about that big.
Shootable.
You got to do a little origami, but yeah, about that big.
Weka suppressor covers. Are you still using? I got a Weka, right? You can't see it. Oh yeah, you can. Right there.
It's right there. Yeah.
Right there's a Weka. I wish I had a couple more of those actually.
Okay, so Brian, yes, I do like the Weka covers. I did have to cut one off the other day because I had it on the Barrett and I wanted to get it off to be able to clean up underneath there. And I tried compressed air, everything else. And it was probably too small for that Barrett suppressor because that's a really large diameter 338 can. But like I said, I had no more information or contact from the gentleman over in Finland. I was hoping that would have worked out, but oh well. That's it.
The thing's going to be nice because it's basically a moisture barrier. It's a rifle cover.
Yep.
And
there's no black on it. So
no, you don't.
Black, like for somebody that's in Arizona, if you're in Utah,
no,
10 minutes in the sun, you can't touch it. Yeah. So what I did was it's 2-ply mil-spec fabric. It's sewn together, but it will be very waterproof. That's all I can tell you about that. We looked at different PVC coatings or whatnot, but it's very minimalistic. But it'll be good enough. It also has 2 Velcro strips on the wings. So that way, if you're wanting to put data cards or whatever that have Velcro on them, it just makes it nice. Everything you need, nothing you don't.
They need Borka toolkits. I know those are on.
Okay, so Ace in the Hole, I'll just go ahead and share this with you guys. So Borka is Boris and Kay. That's where the name of the company came from. Kay got sick and she passed away. And so Boris shut down operations for a while. He is supposed to reopen. I have a lot of kits on order. His website is shut down, and I just don't have any. We're the only 2 people in the world that can get those at the moment. And so he's hoping to be able to fulfill my order in the next week or 2. I hate that for them. They've been together for over 50 years, and it hit them really hard, of course, like it should.
Velcro banding, I believe.
So yeah, we'll be getting those back in.
Yeah, the rocks will burn you here in Arizona, so it sounds like I need one. Yeah, so it's a
it's your pal Matt says it took 2 people to get that Weka cover on the can. It really did.
It takes some lubrication of some sort, air, and it's once it's on there though, I will take that Weka cover over any of the Armageddon. I love Armageddon, but that cover will smoke the Armageddon one all day long.
So I did have a chance to play with another suppressor cover, about 3 of them. And
all similar to...
Let me tell you, it is the most expensive suppressor cover I've ever used in my life.
Oh, I've seen that.
They are $300+ for a suppressor cover. They do them for some special groups. Yeah. There is no fire retardant cord. It's all steel cable with like I think it's called a halyard. With a quick. Now you don't have one of those.
No, I don't have one of those. But
and I believe it's made by. It's not Liberty as in. Geez, I have to look up the name. But it is really robust. It looks like it's patched together, is what it looks like. But it is specific to the suppressor that you're running.
Yeah.
And let's see. Liberty looks solid. I think he's saying it is Liberty. But I don't think it's Liberty Suppressors, though. I think it's a completely different company. But I think it's Liberty Defense is who makes those. Guys, those are the most hardcore suppressor covers I've ever used in my life. That's it. That's it, Liberty Defense.
But it won't blow off like the other ones, right?
No, it's not Liberty Defense. Hold on.
Anyways, the one I have, I believe it's Armageddon gear. It's a nice suppressor cover, but it doesn't stay on as good as a Weka.
So, guys, I'm going to show you this up close. I don't know if it'll focus. It does look kind of patched together. You can see the man there, but all of that is steel cable that's inside of it. And Gamaliel is very aware of it, but that is one heck of a suppressor cover. No, it's crystal clear there.
Let's try that. Let me see that.
You're just getting washed out. There you go, right there. Looks just like that.
Yeah, that's all Nomex. Fire resistance. So, yep, that's them. Liberty looks solid.
Yep, you heard it here first, guys.
If you're looking for Bald and Curious,
the most hardcore suppressor cover you can buy, that's it.
And it might be the most expensive, but it might be worth it.
Might be.
If you're running full auto.
Archer on it, that's correct.
Yeah, that's it.
And the cover actually comes in this burlap sack that's lined on the inside, but and you can't buy directly from them. You got to go through their dealers.
Yeah, Bald and Curious is headed down here, but he's just going to be here at the wrong time.
Yeah, he actually reached out to me, and I told him that I've got to go to Pennsylvania next week for some stuff. So yeah, I think we're going to just be crossing. Might be able to get up one day and do some shooting or something.
HS, welcome. Appreciate you showing up. What's some other stuff about running matches? Give these guys maybe a heads up if they're thinking about doing one.
Okay.
Or let's get into that stuff.
So if, let's say, you are a member of a club and you have a certain discipline that you want to put on at that club or maybe another club.
Yeah.
Number one, you're not going to get rich doing it. Matter of fact, you're probably going to lose money doing it.
Yeah.
Number two, you're going to spend a lot of time setting up the courses, coming up with the ideas. Anybody can haphazardly throw a match together, but to do one right, you really need to put the thought into it. Regardless of the discipline. The other thing you're going to want to do is make sure that the club is registered with that sanctioning body, because some people are going to chase points. So like on a PRS Rimfire match, Big Ivy had to go through, submit everything as a club to be sanctioned to be able to get those points. And I don't chase the points. So.
Yeah, and that's going to help you capture people that are looking for points. If you want to run an outlaw match, which would be like a non-point kind of match, that may be the way to start. You know what I mean? You're just trying to get it rolling, but you may have not the people. Is somebody asking? Oh yeah, buddy. But Mr. Bald and Curious, I'm going on the light. I'm going on the skinny tea here. Where the hell's the damn thing at? It says slightly sweetened.
Slightly sweetened.
The reason Drew Bradley is the paracord stuff, that stuff melts and gets hard, and then it breaks. Trust me, I've won. Even Nomex gets hard and crunchy and will break. Trust me, I know this. But the cable in it will, it'll get hot, but it won't break like you would with the
So if you're not familiar with like full auto weapons, like 5.56s running them full auto, you need something that's rated to about 2,000 degrees. I mean, suppressors will get that hot to the point where they're at night, honestly orange, glowing. You're not going to be able to see above it because of the mirage and everything else that comes off of it, regardless of day or night, because so much heat comes off. This helps to knock down a little bit of the mirage, keeps you from burning yourself. And even on some courses of fire that I have run for some agencies, we have seen Armageddon gear high temp covers actually melt the cordage into the outer cover itself. I actually have that, so I can't make it up. And that is, and yeah, he's seen it. And that wasn't even on full auto fire. That was just high rates of fire qual courses.
And that's, you got to make sure that your suppressor is rated for that stuff too.
Yep, for sure.
Let's see. Yeah, it's got sweetener or sugar in it, Abigail, but it's half the calories. Actually, this is the part I should be showing you guys. Where the hell's it at? Here we go. That's the number that I need to be aware of. 60 per serving, though, guys, and this is not one serving. So, unfortunately, I wish it was.
So, Bald and Curious says he's coming down in September. Is he? Are you shooting the Pro-Am, or which one are you coming down for in September?
Who are you talking about?
Bald and Curious.
So you got September, might roll down. Oh, I told him about the Microtech Pro-Am.
Yeah, which he shot in last year. Yeah, which that's turning out to be a really big event this year.
Yeah, so
I think they've got close to 200 people already signed up. So if you haven't signed up, and we don't want to forget the whole match directing thing.
Yeah, that's
just
right.
To give them some more input. But real quick, what's coming up as far as matches? You've got Memorial 3-gun, which if you're not in, you're probably not going to get in at this point. I think the wait list is already too big. And then we've got Microtech Pro-Am,
which is awesome. Yep.
If you haven't done the Pro-Am, you can even come in as an individual amateur. They're going to pair you up with a pro. It's a really great format. Val had a chance to shoot in it. I think Kreiderman's going to shoot in it as well. And then we've got Snipers Unknown.
Yep.
Which Gamaliel is going to be running. That'll be at Clinton House.
Yeah, Gap Grind.
Microtech Pro-Am's at Clinton House.
Yep.
And then you have the Gap Grind, which is going to be at K&N Precision. That's 400 shooters.
Which is also a Pro-Am, a pro and an amateur team together.
And I'll be shooting that with Kenny. You're shooting with Dick Hedges.
Yep.
And then Matt is shooting with Chris Simmons. And then I'm shooting the competition dynamics with Kenny.
Yeah.
Out in Logan, New Mexico.
And you're shooting the other one with Kenny too as well.
Yes.
Gap Grind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said he just signed up. Nice. Make sure you get on our squad, or we'll make sure you get on our squad.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Aggressor S, welcome. If you're from Sweden, appreciate you watching. Let's see. Give me a good pro this time.
Who was your pro last time?
Mine?
No.
His?
Yeah.
I don't know.
We don't have anything to do with it. Joe Bender, I need to answer this question. Okay, so Joe Bender says, is Pew Science a good source of info on suppressors? My answer to that is, I think it is a good source of information on suppressors. There's your answer. However, they don't just review it. So I will tell you from being in the suppressor industry that they wanted big money to review our suppressor. So everybody that has a suppressor on Pew Science, my understanding is, and we're not talking at $2,000 or $3,000. You have to pay quite a bit of money to have them run the tests on it. And I understand it, but if the suppressor is selling on its own, I don't need some third party to evaluate it and place it where it needs to be. We already know how good it is or how bad it is, whatever the case is. In our case, it's good, but I think it's good information, but they're paying for that information. Yeah, John, we'll be able to get you on. Plan is to shoot open. Gonna run a VR60 for a shotgun.
Rock Island
Nice.
Armory. that Rock Island Armory?
I don't
No.
know who makes the VR60. Somebody will answer.
Yeah. No, I'm excited about it. You guys all you guys go to Open. Then I might have a chance at Tactical.
You got Kreiderman in Open. I'm in Open.
Oh yeah,
Open is just starting to blow up everywhere you go.
Just blow up all you want. Just
you can stick to shooting your revolvers.
Yeah, pump shotguns. Yep. Oh, check this freaking disaster out.
Yeah, he was hanging out with the guys at Blue Man Group. You know what he was doing with that right hand.
I threw a target in my bag, and there was a can of blue paint in there, and it freaking blew up. So I had to grab it out of there and chuck it while it was doing its deal. Yeah, it was Rock Island.
Yeah, Rock Island.
You guys need to do a business. Oh, that's right. Tree Feller was telling me the other day, so you should have Tony bring all three of us up and do, because there's a couple really good knife manufacturers over there.
There is, but they don't allow. Australia allows 0 automatic knives. So fixed blades are the only thing they can get down there, and there is a fixed blade. Oh, look at this!
I got a new
Ricky
knife.
Just got one.
Check this out. Look at these blue ass hands. This is an Annex. Carbon. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. This thing is freaking. It's got 24 silicon bearings in this thing. Let me see if I can get it. It is freaking badass. So, anyways, this is a collaboration with Reich Knives.
So, if you guys are not familiar with the Anax,
I love this thing.
We made that years and years ago. About 2014 is when the Anax was originally introduced, and it was part of our custom line. And then they did a production line. Then it went out of production. It has been gone for years.
Come on.
And they just did the collaboration with Reich on that. And
love this thing.
Rick picked one up.
I picked it up at the shop for almost $495. I had to pay for this damn thing. But it's well worth it. All titanium, carbon fiber. It's freaking sick. When you can just go like this, and I don't have to use any thumb stud, no nothing, and I just go like this, and it just does that. It's so smooth. It's freaking
slinging that.
Look at this thing.
Here,
Watch.
Man. You're gonna hurt yourself.
Ready? Watch. Woo! All these guys are going. I don't even like knives. Badass, good guy. Look at George. Say
What's
hi.
up, George?
Here's my buddy.
That's not a knife. That's a knife.
That's
Did you see that lint fly out of there?
I did.
That was from cutting the day.
If I show up a few days early, can I get a Microtech shop tour?
Might be able to do that for
We
you.
got to get it approved, but yeah, we might be able to do that.
Ray, which shotgun are you going to use in the upcoming 3-gun match? All of my matches I'll be shooting the R&R Customs. The other shotgun is now owned by John Kreiderman. We actually fixed the magazines for it, and the thing runs 100% now. It did take a little bit of work on my part in the beginning, and I did have a lot of issues with it when I tried to shoot the one match, but we were able to get those resolved. John wanted it, so he ended up buying it, and I got the R&R Customs. The R&R Customs is based on a Sega 12. There are no more parts for them, but I was able to secure some spare bolts and whatnot for that Sega 12, but it runs like nobody's business. Tyler said he'd get a knife if he didn't have to buy ammo and barrels.
That's not enough.
I hear you. I don't know how anyone makes it without a knife in their pocket.
I went to work. What day was it? Yesterday? No. Yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. And I forgot my knife, so I drove my Microtech and bought that one. I'm like, I need a damn knife. I couldn't even wait till I got home.
Can I shoot an alien pistol in 3-gun open? You absolutely can. And the alien pistol is an awesome pistol for sure. And yeah, I think you'll have fun with it. You'll have to use the holster that's supplied with it, because there's really nobody else doing good holsters for that I know. But I do have a question for you guys. If the alien pistol, which I believe is a great pistol, now they're bringing over $6,000 now, or in some cases even more, close to $8,000. If it's as good as everyone says it is, which I believe it's good, why aren't more guys winning with them? You're not seeing, I mean, and I get it has a very low barrel relationship to grip. I mean, lower than anything
There's not
else
that
out
many
there.
out here, though. If you took the top, or if you took all the shooters and you divided it by how many aliens there was, it's like 0.0001%.
They're still selling aliens. It's not limited. I mean, you can still
I'm
buy
not
them.
saying they're limited. I'm just saying there ain't very many of them.
I just wonder. Tyler says, "Oh, I got one, but I don't have a microtech."
You got one what?
He's a knife.
A knife.
So that's good. Yeah, I don't know how anybody makes it without a knife. I had to cut stuff every day.
Yeah.
I picked up a Typhoon. It would be good to know. Okay, so 6 rudders. What we ended up doing was I opened up the gas port. You might not have to because Mike Willis didn't have to open up his. His ran perfect right out of the box. Mine, after the break-in period, still wasn't running. It was still short stroking. So I opened up the gas ports just a little bit. And then I thought that solved the problem. But then what happens is you start having feed issues with your magazine. So your last round bolt hold is a little tab that comes out of the back of the follower. You need to take the follower out, clean all your mags on the inside. So you need to take some sandpaper and sand the sides of the mag and remove that little last round bolt hole. Trust me, it'll save you in the long run. Just get rid of that last round bolt hole.
And you need to put like 200 rounds through it.
Yeah,
good.
Once
heavy.
you do that, you should be solid.
Yeah. Tony, you got a question here. It says, how do you guys practice for an upcoming PRS NRL 22 match now being so, I don't know about the word advanced, but do you work on positional shooting or do you practice certain courses of fire? I think dope is key. So if you've already done it, you already lot tested and you got really good lot of ammo, you already got that, whatever you want to call that percentage of need to have. But positional, I don't know. I think it all is important. And using your timer, not this watch. Somebody had asked me what the damn app was, and I didn't respond to it, so I apologize for the Apple iWatch. And it's Precision Match. Maybe Tyler Orth or one of those guys. I know they use it, I believe. It's Precision Match something. I won from Rick. Nice. Awesome, Levi.
So, guys, you guys are killing me in the comment section. We'll see you. Good night, Gamaliel. So somebody said, where are the Voodoo mags made? And, and Eagle Eye said, Rubbermaid Recycle Center is where Voodoo mags are made, because we were talking about the magazines for the shotgun, and they were like, it's probably made by the same company. So anyway.
So hopefully that answers your question. No, it's making targets smaller than you think you'll ever shoot at a match helps. Practicing building a good stable platform of some sort, whether it's via bags or tripods or whatever the case is. Reading, or not reading, but basically, writing all your dope down and confirming it all, making sure that's good so that when you show up at the match, it's right. I will say when I showed up to, I think it was the championship, the NRL championship, I was off quite a bit. I don't know if this is from driving. I don't know if this is from whatever. I was getting a little worried there at the beginning. So, but having all that stuff, getting a good 0 before the match, what else are you thinking?
You don't want to know what I'm thinking. But before I answer that, so Abigail, you know what? Let me address this first, and I'll get back to Abigail.
Okay.
So you asked me what I think about that. Okay, so you guys have seen Rick progress from never shooting long range at all. You saw it on the channel, maybe, to where he is now a force to be reckoned with as far as center fire, rimfire, all of that. So, well, I mean, you do well in it.
I do. Okay.
You have trophies over there. You really embraced it. But this is what I've seen with most shooters. And this is usually the case, and I am guilty of it myself. What happens is you have somebody that doesn't have the knowledge or information. They either stick with it or they just kind of do it like they were doing it before. But then you have that one that really wants to get into competition, really wants to see the best that they can do. And they start trophying. They start getting up there towards the top. And it's in everything that you do. Then they get complacent. And now I'm picking on you. Up until the point where Rick started winning Rick was at my house working on positional. I was doing it. Matt was doing it. We were working on barricades every day because it took that dedication to get to that level.
Yeah.
But then what's happened, and I've seen it.
You lose it.
You get complacent with your level or your ability, and you stop practicing. I have not seen you practice a single day in the last 2 months. Actually practice.
Well, that's why I did so well. Yeah, that's why I did so shitty at the last match.
And so it kind of reinforces what I'm saying, because you
either
get
have
comfortable
to
where you're at,
commit, or just be like me and be a half-asser.
But, well, I'm not saying half-asser, but if you're going to try to stay at that level, you have to do something to maintain it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you're going to lose all of your ability, and it won't take long to get back to that level. But the problem is you can't assume that you're always going to be there. Your last couple matches you actually didn't do too well at, right?
Well, I got a first and a third, then I got a 33rd.
Yeah. That's the worst you've ever done in the last year.
It's been
Yeah.
Well, this was me sucking, but also
I'm calling them out, but I'm proving a point to you guys. This is what happens.
We shot with all the best of the best, basically.
Yeah. So Rick
Except
was
for Tyler.
asking me,
Tyler
he was
wasn't
like, what do I need to do? You know, he was telling me where he wanted to be. And I said, you're never going to get there unless you continue to practice and practice and practice. And you can't get lackadaisical on it. I mean, and he always used to kid me about, you never practice. I don't understand. Well, that's the thing. I was there before, and that's no longer a big thing for me where I'm chasing those big wins and everything else. I've had big wins. I've done it. And I'm to the age now where I just want to enjoy it, have fun with it. Eventually, you'll get tired of it. Everything gets old after a while. I'm hoping this is really good advice for everybody, because everything gets old. It doesn't matter what it is. You know, some people say, "Oh, how would you ever get tired of, driving for BMW or doing this?"
Oh,
it is a job after a while. I mean, we've always heard the adage: "Be careful making your passion your career, because then you'll lose the love."
Yeah.
For it, and that is the case. And you can overdo it, especially when it comes to shooting. You know, there was a time there, like every single weekend, you were gone. And I think it's easy to burn yourself out on it. It really is.
Yeah.
So, real quick.
Yeah, Abigail,
I got to answer this question. So you said, why spend $6,000 on a pistol when you can get one as good for half the price?
You should say half as good for half the price.
Yeah. Well, no, not necessarily. So what the Alien did was, that was a completely out-of-the-box design. The designer of that is the same one that designed the CZ Scorpion. And that pistol does a lot. Being able to just remove one little push pin and be able to go from your iron sights straight to your red dot. It's not a striker fired. It's a hammer fire. It has a low axis. The recoil impulse, I mean, the gas system looks like they stole it straight from an HKP7 from back in the day. But it really was thinking outside of the box. It was revolutionary. And a lot of people will buy into that, even though it does shoot really well. But you are right. What are you getting for that extra $3,000?
Sometimes you're only getting a name.
Sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes you're only getting a name.
Or the exclusivity.
Yeah. Or you're getting, polish this and perfectly machine that, and all the little people hours, I'll call it people hours, man hours of all the honing and all that kind of stuff.
Sorry, we don't want to miss, because I was running my mouth for a long time trying to share information, so let me make sure I didn't miss anything.
Good answers from Tyler Orth, by the way, for I don't remember who asked. If you leave it on there, it's not going to move.
Well, I know, but I'm trying to catch up. Tyler Orth said, like I said, I spend money on
Barrels and components, not a damn watch, so I can get a timer. Tyler, I'm the same way. So he was telling me about this.
Watch.
He was telling me about this when Simmons had one. He just had to have it. I don't need a countdown watch. I keep it in my head.
It saved me points. So many
like
times.
getting that one extra point, knowing you got 5 seconds left.
Yeah. I got 10 seconds left and only have one shot left, I can relax. It's not. It's got to be coming up. Close the bolt and send it. It has helped me a lot.
All right. Abigail says, Val, I could spend $3,000 on a 2011, get mags, ammo, RMR, holster, and still spend less than getting an Alien.
X-ring is right. It's like being stuck in B-class USPSA forever.
Yep.
Guys, and to get back to the pistol thing again, it don't matter what you have. If you don't practice with it, you're going to suck at it.
Correct.
I mean, I don't know. We know a person that, you know, is all that in a box of chips, but thinking, you know, he actually tried 3-gun for the first time. And it's there's a lot going on. So intimidation of that. So learning how to use the three not fundamentals, but the 3 different concepts, the pistol, the shotgun, and the rifle. Learn all those separately, understand how to manipulate them, load them, all that stuff before maybe thinking about shooting a 3-gun match.
Yeah, so Bald answers the question, says, X-ring, you're wrong. My wife would never get old to me, drive me loony, but never get old. And I get that. Love is a whole different thing. But now let's spin this around. Take from it what you will. Let's say we're going to turn this into the love thing here. Let's say your job was a porn star, right? You had to have sex every day, 20 times a day. After a while, you're going to get tired of it. You're going to be like, I don't want to do this every day. I'm not talking about a relationship. We're talking about an event, something that you have to do, whether it's competition, whether it's driving, whether it's building houses. If you have to do it every day, all day long, eventually building houses is going to get tiring for you.
It turns into work.
Correct.
Driving hours to go to a match, work.
Yep. Money,
fuel, all that crap, hotel rooms or Sprinter van.
But yeah, complacency will get you as a competitive shooter.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, too, if you think that you go into a match every Saturday or Sunday, it's going to keep you polished and primed and ready for the next match, I don't feel that that's correct, because you should probably do some shooting in between there.
Yeah, my analogy for that is it's like, and I've told Rick this before, it's like the guy that's trying to learn how to play golf, but he's doing it on the golf course by playing 18 holes every day. Yes, you will get better. You're hitting more balls, but you're not going to get as good as if you went to the range and you practice and practice and practice, because you can focus on one aspect of your game, whether it's a swing and you're working on your draw, working on your fade, working on your putts, working on your chip, your short game. All of that is going to matter. But when you go out and play golf, yeah, all of that's you're going to be exposed to all of it while you're playing that round of golf, but you're never getting it perfect. You know, you're chili dipping, you know, you're duffing the shot, whatever, and you don't have time to really master it or figure out what you're doing or breaking it down.
Did you say chili dipping?
Chili dipping. That's when you get a big chunk of ground because you struck the ground about 3 inches behind the ball.
So you're making
your club stopped, and then the ball goes like a half, you know, maybe it might go half a foot or so, and then you got this big, you know, beaver pelt that's that's in the middle of the green.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
See,
look
once
at you.
Started talking porn.
Best adult dating site. Get it, Ricky. Get it, Ricky. X-ray. Porn star doesn't bang same girl 20 times a day. You still get tired of it.
Don't jump into a cannibal corpse when you're trying to.
All of a sudden.
That's right. They're listening. That's right.
Oh, that's funny.
It's always funny.
Yep. I wonder if it was the word porn that triggered that. Nude HD.
That's right. Why would you want to see porn in
high
360 when you can see it in HD?
What you been doing on this computer?
Porn. Let's see. I've been watching Elster's Rifles and Reloading is what I've.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Right. Yeah, they all love that one. We always, you know, you hit the big time when you got the old.
Did you get some in your eyeball?
Box.
It's probably salt from where you didn't take a dang shower, you nasty thing.
Probably.
He shows up this morning. He's got that long sleeve on. I was like, you know it's gonna be hot outside, and he's like, I don't want the sun on me. The sun is evil.
Reported and deleted those porn stars. Right? I appreciate it, Bald and Curious.
Nice.
Let's see here.
There was something else I was going to say. Oh, so after the match on August the 21st, Rick and I are teaching a long range class as well. It is set up for someone that's new to long range. It is center fire only.
Yes.
it has been completely full. I just got an email today that one of the participants has to cancel. This is not for someone that has a lot of long range experience. Okay, you will shoot out to 1,000 and know how to get there and zero all your rifles and chronograph and all this other stuff. But if you know anybody that's interested, we are doing that on that Monday, the 22nd. So I have
only one
person that canceled.
No spot.
I still see it. I don't know what he sees. Let's see that.
Oh, the other one
up at the top.
Yeah, I hit the bottom one, so it blocked him. At least for now, until he comes back. Whatever. Got to have a little excitement here and there. Hell, it's probably one of our friendly friendly sponsors. All right, so back to the match stuff. So we talked a little bit about starting up a thing, whether it's via having them signed up through the organization or whether it's now I can't even think.
You want to make sure they're registered in the discipline so they can get the points and whatnot. One of the biggest things that you've got to have is if the club doesn't have it, you need the proper steel. Just because they have steel, and I've done this before at some of these big matches that I put on, whether it was at the Clinton House, whether it was a DMR match, they're different types of steel. When you're banging steel with 6.5 Creedmoor all day long, you don't want the steel cracking. You don't want it coming off. So your steels, you want to have magneto speeds, all that stuff, while not necessary, is going to make it a better match. So make sure you've got a good selection of steel to choose, and steel is extremely expensive. You're not going to make money. Now, I will say that Big Ivy did pony up the money for this mat for the steels.
Yeah.
So Rick actually ordered them from Travis, who did an unbelievable job on these targets. But Big Ivy's going to purchase those, so that's on them because they get to keep the steel and they can run these matches in the future.
How much is the class? Tim P wants to know.
It's right at $350.
He's actually shooting Saturday, so
I can shoot my 11.5 to 1,000. Can't guarantee I'll hit anything.
I was gonna say.
No, 11.5 will do it. It's tough, but it's hit and miss.
Man, you lose so much.
Yeah, you do. I mean, you're arcing them in there. So
it's like shooting a 20.
Yeah. So back in the day, before I had the channel or anything else, I had built a little small 308 with a really short barrel, and we're talking this thing. It was probably lucky if it was coming out at 1,800 feet a second. All right. But I was able to hit targets out to 1,000 yards with that thing. Now I had to dial in an ungodly amount of MOAs because I was using MOAs at the time, but I was able to do it. So yeah, while it can be done, 11.5, definitely not the right tool for the job, but you can definitely do it.
You can spit it out there. Nicely done, Tyler.
So when are we going to shoot the rebarreled 455? It is actually on the way to me, and I'm actually looking forward to that. Kenny had a lot of success rebarreling that 455. I knew there was something wrong with that barrel.
Looks like a tack driver.
Yeah, it's looks very promising.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I'd take that.
Yeah, so Tyler, he says he brought a new shooter to the range and dialed him in at 1,000 and went 5 for 5, and his face was priceless. And there's nothing like that as far as giving satisfaction to someone that's just
never
to hear
done
that,
it.
that's never done it. And that was pretty much the same expression you had.
Oh, yeah.
So the difference is, just to expand on this, in the class, what we do is we do have a classroom session from about 8 to 11. And what we're teaching you there is how to use your Street Locker, how to use your Kestrel. We're going over MOAs and mills. And we're essentially teaching you how to take any rifle, how to build a data sheet for it, how to get your dope chart, and when your dope chart's not right, how to fix it. And we take them and their rifle, teach them all of this, and then they work on engaging targets all the way about, eventually, at the end of the day, about 1,000 yards.
Yeah.
Once that's over with, then we will introduce them to some positional aspects of shooting. It is not a PRS match or anything else, but we're not doing everything off of our belly. All right. That's the easiest thing you can do when you shoot is shoot off your belly or shoot off of a bench. Yeah. We all know, Tyler's a, unbelievable competitor. It takes a while to learn how to shoot, kneeling or shooting off of a barricade. That's not something that's just going to happen. You're just a natural at it. It's just not going to happen. You got to practice.
A lot of practice and a lot of money via ammo
Yeah.
to, rounds downrange, basically.
We'll see you, Ace in the hole. Eagle Eye said my CZ might get lost in the mail.
He says that about every rifle.
Yeah. That POS is 2.5 MOA now. I'll rebarrel it at some point. Yep. Yeah, just like, yeah, exactly. So Val went with us out to Vegas and he shot a target out at 1,250 yards. I think we were holding 5 to 6 mils of wind. It was insane. Now, Val, here's something that you might not have heard, but do you remember the Korean guys that were to the left of us when we were out there in the desert? That was actually that South Korean sniper team that I'm friends with now. They're the ones that sent me the hat and everything else. They actually go to SHOT Show to look at new gear and new equipment. It's pretty amazing what they shoot. They're military sniper teams. Their tier 1 sniper teams use a Korean-made Remington 700-based rifle. They shoot PMC ammo, which they said is literally a 2-minute ammo in their guns.
Yeah.
But they do some incredible stuff with what equipment that they have. And they've just now started playing around with some of the Barretts. They had a chance to shoot the Mark 22s to stay in touch with the guys. And it's pretty cool, some of the training they get to go through. So, but yeah, exactly right. The 1250. Here's something else too. While we're talking about different calibers, Kitty just built up an 8.6, not a 6.8, but 8.6. If you guys haven't heard about it, there are these 1 and 3 twist Faxon barrels usually, at least for now. And I think somebody was looking for a better mousetrap, somebody being Q with Q, Kevin Brittingham. And so he's invented this 8.6 cartridge, which shoots a 338 Lapua bullet.
Holy hell.
So you're talking,
what's the parent cartridge?
A 300 grainer, and you're going to be shooting it out of you resize a 6.5 or a 308 case. And so this thing's going to hit like a hammer, but it's super quiet compared to a 300 blackout.
So it's basically like a 300 blackout granddad.
Correct.
So
with
if you suppress
that,
you throw a suppressor behind that thing.
Yeah, so that should be hitting tomorrow. Maybe I can give a review on that, guys. And I think you'll think that's pretty cool.
So Levi's down in freaking he's in Arizona.
So DW says he hears more and more people talking about 350 Legends as we get closer to deer season. What are your thoughts? Well, first off, neither of us are hunters. I used to be. I don't mess with it anymore. Now, prairie dogs would be a different story. I could get into that. Or coyote hunting. 350 Legend really kind of answers the question if you live in one of those states that don't allow a centerfire rifle cartridge or a bottleneck cartridge. So that is a great option. I know Kenny's got a lot of experience with the 350 Legend. I know it's really caught on pretty strong, but it really depends on what type of hunting you're doing or what restrictions you're dealing with.
Night, Josh.
See you, Josh.
Yeah, 8.6, huh? Wow.
Yeah, 8.6. Shout out to Ray. Just picked up an XLR MV Pro, and I love your video. Maybe jump on it. Thanks, Jeff. Just make sure you get everything right with your balance and all of that. The XLR is still one of my favorites. Even though I'm sponsored by APA now, I've always had both of those, and it just depends on the application I was using it for. The JVMV Pro now has the adjustable mag catch, which they didn't have before, and it caused me a few issues, but still a great chassis.
Is that what you're shooting in Utah?
What's that?
8.6?
No.
Ray's getting
No.
a top of the line 8.6. You'll like that.
Who put that?
He gets to Utah. Eagle Eye.
Ray's getting a top of the line 8.6. You'll like that when he gets to Utah. I don't know what you. Yeah, I had no intention of. I'm just going to review the 8.6. That's it.
He just
use your mortar coordinates after 500
Yeah, no
yards.
shit.
Hey, it's like shooting a 22 at 700
what's
yards.
the grain bullet on that?
300 is really what you want, like a 300 grainer. But you can go a little lighter, but I think it starts at like 220 grains. It's heavy.
Yeah. Jeffrey Harnick says it's been flawless so far, no adjustments needed. Finally got to take long range rifle course over the weekend in Alabama. Had a blast.
Nice.
Awesome, buddy D.
That's cool.
Skull, what's going on, buddy? Now, looking forward to it. The class should be pretty cool. Can't wait to meet everybody. We need a pistol only stage at Clinton House so I can shine. I know I can whoop Rick. And
You know what? I don't even know if I want to answer this.
Go ahead. You should tell him because there was no whooping going on.
Okay, so last year at Microtech Pro-Am, and I'm gonna get, look, I love Val to death, but there was this stage where we had like 5 cars and it was nothing but just pistols. He's like, oh, finally we have a stage. I'm going to kick your ass. And so it's like we shoot it. And yeah, there was a little bus stage at the end, but that didn't matter. I'm just talking about raw pistol, like 3 mag changes throughout the whole thing. I mean, yeah, we're shooting. He's like, all you motherfuckers in the South can shoot. You can shoot pistol. I can't believe it. It was so funny.
You guys can shoot anything.
You guys can shoot pistol so fast. And so now he's calling us out here on this. What's up with that?
It's all good, man.
Yeah, the 8.6 is going to be a very niche cartridge, no doubt about it. But I believe it's going to be very popular for guys that are hunting suppress, like with coyotes and whatnot, just because of the energy.
I see that being
pretty
pretty dang quiet.
But yeah, X-ring, you got lucky.
How did I?
That's not the first time I heard that.
I got lucky too. I think I whooped him on that one.
I guess everybody here knows the story of one of the first times that I met Val. I got lucky then too.
They don't know that story.
Yeah, we'll leave that out.
That's
We'll leave that out. You got lucky.
You're squirrely.
You know what? I will tell you, Val, I did share your little back and forth with Daniel, with Rick. Rick had no clue.
I had no idea.
I was dying laughing,
It was
especially the jousting thing when you had your face on there. I don't know what started that with you guys, and I was going to rebuttal that because you guys were doing strong hand support, and I was like, well, let's just do it at 100 yards. But I didn't do it. I didn't want to get into that. Every YouTuber was doing the dick and drill, and I was like, I'm just going to stay out of it. But that was hilarious. You got lucky.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I like the.
All right, here we go again. Oh, you got lucky. We'll see you, Tyler.
Thanks, Tyler.
Take care. Thanks for joining.
Oh, where are we at? Oh, we're close. We only got 9 minutes. I don't
You
even.
got lucky.
You got lucky. I was drunk. Come on, 50 yards left-handed with a Glock 17.
Yeah, I watched it. It's not bad.
No, it's
I'd
not.
love to take race class. It's only an hour and 20 minutes away, but physical handicap wouldn't let me.
Gotcha, Skull.
Yeah, I got you. Understand, Skull. I hate that. And it's not just that. A class can be very difficult because, I mean, you do get breaks and whatnot, but like even people that are
It's long.
Yeah, it makes for a really long day.
It's a full.
And we don't want it to be where you're drinking from a fire hose, because too much is bad because you don't retain as much when that happens. However, there is, just because long range incorporates so much, you have to have a certain amount you go through. And I don't want to extend it and make it a 2-day class, which would probably be better. But the problem is, since it's on a Monday, because I'm only able to teach on Sundays, Mondays, or Tuesdays out of this facility, it really changes the dynamic of it. But I have seen a lot of people that had neck injuries in the past have an issue getting into prone position and whatnot. It can be a little tough on a long range course.
Has Robin see you at work, but doesn't see me at work? I guess I haven't been at work.
Enjoy your videos. I see you at work often. I had a chance to meet you next time. Hey, Robin.
Who's Robin?
I don't know.
Maybe that's code name.
I'm probably in the other building or something. Maybe that's the reason.
Are you at 15?
You might be in the admin building over there by the by 321. I don't know. I wouldn't expect Val to know now. It's crazy, Abigail, because he did the dick and drill first and got it all started, and it outshot his SIG, it outshot his bull armory. He was like, "What the hell? The Glock shoots better. Maybe I'm a Glock guy." Glock for the win.
I knew it processing.
Oh, got it. Okay, yeah. Yeah, we've been kind of in and out, so yeah.
Yeah. If you don't know, Robin, we build certain stuff that we're waiting on parts usually for. So
yeah, exactly.
What is a decent level of entry level binos for spotting? 22 or PRS 22. Some sick deals out there on Athlons out there right now.
Okay, so I'm not going to get into entry level. I'm just going to tell you that you definitely don't want to go any lower than 10 power. 10 or 12 power binos seems to be the sweet spot. Don't get a set of 8s or anything like that. And as long as you can, you've got adjustability where you can get a crystal clear picture, which you can see, usually in a store, look out like 300, 400, 500 yards. As long as it's crystal clear, you're not getting a lot of purple or a little hazing around the edges, I think you'll be good to go. There's no better way to spot targets when you're looking for them than with binos. In a lot of cases, I just use them in place of spotting scope. But
it depends.
It depends on the situation because a spotting scope definitely has its place.
Binos are better for overall everything, in my opinion. It takes too long to find a target with the spotting scope because of the magnification usually. Everything I have 2 pairs. I have the Furies and I have the Sig Kilos, and they're both 10 power. There's a lot of times I wish they were 12, 15, but I do have the ability to go to a spotting scope as well. If you're gonna like really do nothing but be behind glass and spot people shooting all day long at certain targets downrange that are pretty much in line, the spotting scope, you can see better where the impacts where you hit the target, say with binos, but with a spotting scope you'll actually see, unless the thing's not painted, but you'll see the actual impact, so you can give a little better input.
So HS commented and said the Athlon 15 by 56 Cronus are fantastic. I will tell you, I would never run a 15 power set of binos for my application, but they might work great for yours and what you're trying to do with it if you're using it for PRS. 15 would make me to have too small of a field of view, so that when I do these blind stage matches, these ruck matches, 15 would be too much. I'd be missing too much information because it's too much magnification. I actually prefer 10 over any other power for binos. But that's just personal.
Yeah, and I like them a little more powerful. But I only have 10s. So
yeah,
it is what it is. I guess what I meant was, if you love your job, you never have to work a day in your life.
That's a fact.
That is a fact. Processing. I'm trying to think. All that stuff's in 15 now.
What's that?
Processing. Right below us. Is that processing?
No, processing is going to be where the tumblers and everything.
Oh,
that's
okay.
Processing.
Okay.
Well, definitely say hello next time you see us.
Yeah, definitely.
Vortex Diamondback or Vipers always get good comments. I'll agree with that. NRL 22 is primary use.
It's for NRL.
Yeah. So if that's what it's going to be for, and you're 100 yards and in, not 22X, I don't know if I'd go with 15s.
That might be too
bad. I think
if
that
you're
might
going to
be
shoot
too
X,
much.
if you're going to shoot X, maybe. One of the things you'll notice when 22 targets is they're flipping tiny a lot of the times. So sometimes, and it depends on your eyes, but I don't know. I mean, there's times where I go, man, I wish I had 12s or 15s because I can't see the target that great.
Yeah. Robin works with Luke. All right, for sure. Eagle Eye says use naked eye if it's just NRL 22. You know, I'm going to disagree with Kenny for probably the second time ever.
He's just being a dick.
No, I'm not. He's
being a dick.
Oh,
because it's 100 yards in it.
So this is the thing, folks. Even when Ella was doing all the competitive shooting and really, really digging it at the time, now she's not shooting at all. She's just worried about driving and school and everything else and boyfriends. But I think it's easier if you can look through an optic and find your target. And you're not going to do this with your rifle because nobody's going to allow you to pick your rifle up.
They're back.
What you want to do is get that relationship of what these targets are going to look like through glass in your head. Get that set. So that way you know how much movement between left and right. Like one of the stages today, I was like, I don't want everything linear. And I was telling the guy, Big Ivy, I was like, I want a little bit of zigzag here. So if you can see that with your naked eye, yeah, you can tell it's a left, right, left. But now put a piece of glass in front of you, maybe not a rifle, but a set of binos, and you'll know, okay, no, it's not exactly 9 o'clock. It's more like 10 o'clock position to find that next target. And if you can do that, you're going to be faster engaging those targets when you're actually on the clock shooting them. At least that's what works for me. So give that some thought. See, I said naked. Look what happens. What's up, Womfat? Okay, so Womfat is in here. Oh, so Womfat, I believe, was talking, and I could be wrong, but if I'm not mistaken, I think Womfat did a video or talked about getting into center fire, and I was going to comment on that, and I didn't. One of the things that I've seen, and guys, I think Womfat's like a really highly decorated 22 shooter. I think he won like nationals or something up in Canada. If it's the same guy, I'm not sure. What I've seen though is your best rimfire shooters doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be the best centerfire shooter. We hang out, shoot with Chris Simmons. You shoot with him pretty much every weekend. He's 7-time national champion, and you're not seeing him winning all the PRS centerfire matches. I think.
Hold on, that's because he got his ass kicked this last weekend.
He did.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
James, yeah, he got.
Everybody can have a bad day, but what I'm saying is one doesn't necessarily make the other. I think centerfire PRS is considerably harder than rimfire, although ELR rimfire or rimfire PRS is difficult. I don't think it's as hard as centerfire, and I'll stick behind that.
Yeah, it is a different beast.
Yeah,
definitely a different beast. And you know what? We talked a little bit about magnification on scopes for a second, but yeah, if you power up too much, you're killing yourself.
Yeah,
you are. We screwed around today. I was on 6 power.
Yeah,
shooting out to 3 something. So let's see here.
Yeah, so Treefeller says Athlon Aries 12x50. I think that'd be a great option. Stick with that 12 or 10. You'll be good to go. To be fair, the centerfire match I shot was pretty beginner friendly, a good stepping stone introduction match. It was a completely different experience, but a lot translates over. It absolutely does. You're going to dial a lot less in centerfire than you will in rimfire. But
building positions,
all of that is exactly the same.
Yes, I agree.
I think where the biggest thing is going to be recoil management.
Yep.
And I mean, like even Matt. So I'm going to go ahead and tell him Matt always watches these chats the next day, so he's going to be pissed at me. But Matt always finishes. He always finishes in the top 3, top 4,
top 8. Just call it top.
Yeah, top 8. But he's usually trophying or getting close to it. He actually trophied on Saturday, or last Sunday, I believe it was. He got 3rd place. I think he got 3rd in a rimfire. Yep. But he shot in a centerfire match that Saturday, the day before, and I think he came in 40-something out of 100. And I was like, it's a different animal. It's just because, you're finishing in the top 5 or the top 3 in centerfire doesn't mean you're going to be in the top 15 at a centerfire match. Even though a lot of it translates, we're shooting the bullet, still pulling the trigger. The rifles weigh about the same.
I think what I feel like you're seeing and what I feel like I'm doing and seeing is you've done a lot of training over here.
Yeah.
Whether it's whatever, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So you understand the wind calls, you understand your rifle, the recoil, all this stuff. So let's just say 1 million rounds over here.
Yeah.
And you only got 10,000 over here. So you're not going, you're not like, it's not one with you basically. You're not getting the wind calls as much. It doesn't seem the same. The recoil is different. And that's the consistency part of like keeping it the same, whether it's a single stage trigger, 2-stage trigger. I try to keep all my shit the same chassis, same trigger, same scope, same reticle, same cheek piece. Like I try to keep everything the same. And honestly, I shoot it a centerfire match saying it's just another 22 match. That's what keeps me like, okay, it's just another 22 match.
Okay, and I don't want to bore you guys to death, but Eagle Eye hits on a good point. It says more possible error in centerfire engaging targets. Smaller window of targets in most PRS centerfire matches. That's the key. So regardless if it's Womfat, myself, Rick, Chris Simmons, or anything, I have yet to go to a rimfire match that shoots two MOA targets all the way out to 350, 400 yards. At every match we've ever been to, when it gets beyond 200 yards, the targets start getting huge in relationship to the distance. So, for example, like even Simmons matches, they're using full size or 3/4 size IPSCs at 300 yards.
Yeah.
You know, we're not talking a 3-inch steel at 300. We're not talking about a 6-inch. We're talking about something that we're looking at 5 MOA or 10 MOA targets in some of these cases.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we shot a match that was out to 500 yards and they were using a 30 by 30 circle on this thing. Well, when you start doing the math on it, the relationship is wrong. And so I think what Kenny just said is exactly right. Whereas what you typically see is on these big matches, like when we shot the Hornady PRC, they pretty much stay true to minute to 2 minutes steals.
Well, that was an AG Cup too. So
yeah, it's AG Cup, but that's the game. Yeah. It doesn't matter if it's at Nationals. They're not holding minute and a half steals out at 300 yards with rimfire. No.
At Nationals, though, PRS 22 Nationals in Texas, the targets were pretty damn small. I don't know what they were. MOA
3 inches at 300 yards?
Everything seemed, I'm exaggerating, but everything was the size, thickness of a damn T-post, it seemed like. Except for this, like, super far stuff.
Okay,
and there was still small stuff. No, it was still like
3 MOA.
Yeah, probably.
I honestly think that's the biggest difference. I believe if they held true to that 1 to 2 minute size targets, I believe rimfire would probably give you the ability that you need to do the center fire stuff with. I really do. But then again, you don't control the ammunition as much.
That's the big point.
Because it's not hand loaded. Yeah. We'll see you, Robin. Unless they hide targets in the laurels. Yeah. So Kenny came down and shot a match with me. He was like, I can't see the freaking targets. I don't know. They're in the laurels. What's a laurel? Never mind.
That was us in New Mexico. New Mexico.
Yeah, and so Womfat says, good point. Rimfire accuracy really degrades over distance, which I agree 100%. So the target sizes need to account for that. That's true. That's true.
Because there's rifles, obviously, that can shoot MOA out to 400 yards, but they're more far and few between when you got.
You said rifles or rifles and ammo for rimfire?
Well, both as a combination. No, rimfire.
Yeah, so
it's a lot tougher to get something to shoot MOA out to 400 yards.
Correct.
With a rimfire, especially production rifles and stuff like that.
Yeah, freaking production. Talk about a custom build. Yeah, and that's all we run are custom builds now, and it doesn't matter. Trying to find, honestly, and Womfat, I'll have you chime in on this. A 4-inch steel at 400 yards. Even with lot tested ammo for your rifle and you doing all your wind calls, because of the variances in the ammunition, that's a tough shot.
It is.
4-inch target at 400 yards. You'll hit it a couple times, but that's about it.
It might take a couple of wind calls to figure that out. But by that time on the stage, you'd have to move on anyways.
Correct.
It'd be too late. You can help your buddy that's shooting next.
That's right.
It's 8/10.
Yeah. All right. Anything else?
We're good. We're at an hour and 38 minutes.
This was actually a really good chat. A lot of people on the chat, and good to catch up with everybody.
Yeah, you guys have a great weekend coming up. Hopefully you guys are shooting a match. If you are, let us know where you're shooting. If you're around our area and want to shoot the match at R2 Rimfire Revenge, or better known as, if you just look at practice court R2, we still got some spots available. So
here we go. Before we go,
mine.
So Womfat said there was a full-size IPSC at 420 yards, which I do know Chris typically runs a full-size IPSC at 400. That's typically the target out of VOD.
Even 380s.
At his last match, at the end of the day, there were a dozen hits on it with 50 shooters. Okay?
Yeah.
And he goes, and none of those hits are mine. So, that's what we're talking about. In the full-size IPSC, you're talking, was it 30 inches? They're huge, but you get pushed around a whole lot more, and you're really trying to do your part.
Josh got a night match. That's pretty cool. Are you posting a Yeti match video? Yeah, but it's going to be just kind of walking through, showing the stages and the people. I didn't do any video footage of me shooting. I said it earlier. I don't know when you showed up, HS. It's not that it's not doable because I've done it a lot of times. It's just you either got to focus on trying to really shoot, or screw off, have fun, and videotape as well. Like I can't do both. So, and then after I dropped 12 points on the first 2 stages, I was like,
"You're done."
I should have just videoed everything.
You're done.
You're done. Yeah, when you're shooting at that level, I think the first place only dropped 4
points.
And when you drop 12 in the first 2 stages, your ass is you're just basically there to have fun. So, with that said, you got anything to say before we go?
No, it was a pleasure. Thanks for having me on.
Appreciate it. You guys have a wonderful night. Stay safe.
He's still an ass.
I don't know where you got that shirt from. Hold on, I bought you something.
Nope, I'm not looking.
Put it in.
I'm looking.
You guys have a wonderful night. Stay safe, and we will see you on the next one. All right. And get your butt over here. Take care, everybody.